I am a recovering perfectionist. What I mean by that is I realize that I'm not perfect. I realized that a long time ago. Um, However, I still strove for perfection. I wanted um, everything to be right, perfect, the best. And but I'm human, so I knew everything wasn't going to be perfect all the time, that I would make mistakes. um, and so once I realized that I wasn't perfect and I could remove that pressure from myself, that was helpful. My parents never told me that I had to be perfect. It wasn't anything like that. And my husband never said you had to be perfect. And um, you know in so that was never where I got that from. And so when I was trying to think about where I got that, what made me think that I always had to be perfect, and um, some of the things that came to mind were hearing, if I'm not going to do it right, then don't do it at all. Um, if not thinking that I was doing my best, then that wasn't good enough. Hearing about it was a stupid mistake. Uh, just different things like that. All these different things are contrary to, hey, I know you're not perfect, yet requiring perfection, in different words. And I know that I used to tell, and I do tell my children that they're not perfect and I don't want them to be, because, well, for me, also, when I think of perfection, I think of something that, don't touch it, because it's not going to be achieved again. It's perfect. It's breakable. It's not usable. It's to be looked at. It's to be. I don't even admired isn't the right word. It's to be worshipped, kind of a thing, idolized, I guess. And that's, to me, that gets boring and not fun and forgotten about. Also, it gets dust on the shelves, and I don't, perfection isn't fun. It's boring, really, in the end, it's really kind of boring. It might be pretty at first, but after that, it's boring. So I'm saying this to say, so there's a lot that I didn't do when I was growing up, and that I'm afraid of now, because it's not going to be perfect. So if it's not going to be perfect, if it's not going to be right, done right, then why do it at all? Well, then why try? And if I continue to hold myself to that, then I wouldn't be doing these videos. In the video I was working on that I recorded yesterday, I lost it video. I stayed in the moment a lot yesterday, and that's great, and I enjoyed it. And I was getting so frustrated at the end of the day, and losing my temper again, not because of the day, but more because of like the video editing software. I'm not a videographer. I am not a video editor. I'm learning, so maybe someday I will be, but I'm not an expert in it. And so I was getting really, really wrapped up in that and frustrated with it. So I figured, okay, wait till tomorrow, which is today, and work on it then. So I did, and there's still parts of it that I couldn't edit out. And so my frustration with that is, it's not going to be perfect, and especially with edits, it's not going to be perfect, and life isn't perfect. And I also thought that would be a problem if I edited, because then you're not going to see me. You're going to see a different kind of polished me. It's not going to be accurate. I make mistakes as a coach. I'm human, so I'm going through this too, and I'm learning how to do this, and I think it's more fun because I know that I don't have to be perfect, and I'll get it someday. I'll keep learning and keep reading what I can, keep watching different tutorials and YouTube videos and things. But perfection will never be reached. And it's no longer that even if I don't do it right, then don't do it at all. That's out the door, because I want to try. I want to get dirty. I want to make mistakes, not purposely, but I want to learn. Um, and it's fun to take some of these leaps into the unknown. It reminds me of when this past summer when I was in Cancun with one of my children, and we did cliff jumping, and that was really scary. We were told that it was safe. We had life jackets on, and but I couldn't see the bottom, like into the water. The water we'd swam through there to get out of it, and I was so happy to get out of it. I really didn't want to jump back into it. We were told that there was nothing in it, but again, I couldn't see the water, and it just, yeah, my head is not a good place to go into, especially when there's water and possible creatures and critters in there, and they're jungle, and could be snakes, and no thank you. So but I still did it, and then I jumped off the cliff, and it was really scary, but I knew I'd have fun. It was just like doing new things, and if I limit myself to, if I'm not going to do anything because I'm not going to do it right, then I won't have fun like that, because I don't know that I'm always going to do it right, and there's no learning in doing it right, and I like to learn. So bear with me. You'll get these videos as unedited, and getting me, the real me, because that's the kind of coach you're gonna get. This is me. So I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, you know what? See, I'm gonna keep in some of these things too. Like I was gonna say, oh, I could edit that out, but I said I wasn't gonna edit, so because I was gonna pause and then turn it off because I lost my little remote thing. Yeah, that's too much information. Sorry.